Hello and welcome. Welcome to our very special interview today. I'm really excited to share a very special guest with you. Oh my goodness, we have Robin's Hormone Reset coming right up where magic happens with our health and our hormones and our lives and all of it. And I want to show you how it's possible to make 2024 your best year ever, your best year ever. All right. Oh my goodness. That was Heather Houston singing You Are So Loved. Isn't that song absolutely gorgeous? And she is going to make an appearance on the Hormone Reset. She's amazing. She's been in my private programs. I have been in her choir. Yeah, just a really special person. So I can't wait to share her with you as well. So today's very special interview with someone who was really struggling for a long time. And as she says, she had hit rock bottom, and she felt like she had tried everything. And she found an ad for Robin's Hormone Reset, and for some reason said yes. She can tell you the story. And through taking these small steps over time, she changed everything. And I think that, you know, as women, we have a lot of expectations on ourselves, for ourselves. A lot of expectations come from others for us. And, you know, we're in a society where there's a magic pill or a magic diet or something very simple that's going to get us out of hormone hell. And the reality is it just doesn't work that way, right? We have to learn the steps to take care of ourselves to actually feel better. And it doesn't matter what your age, by the way. It doesn't matter what your age. I felt old when I was in my 20s. I felt old when I was in my 20s. I still had acne on my face, my chest, my back. I had arthritic symptoms in my hands. I had brain fog. I had receding gums and enamel on my teeth. I had varicose veins. I was a mess, and that was in my 20s. And now that I'm in my 60s, I feel better than I ever have. So it's not an age thing as much as it is the way you're taking care of yourself. And what's really cool is that 95% of your genes can be altered, right? Can express themselves in a better way when you learn how to better take care of yourself through lifestyle and food. Isn't that amazing? Those are the genetics that play the biggest role in how you feel. So, you know, we learn those things from those who raised us. So it's a field of study called epigenetics. And we learn how to take care of ourselves from those who raised us. And so when our parents when our parents have diabetes or heart disease or, arthritis or whatever condition, they suffer from as they age, we automatically think that we're going to get it, right? It's just the way it is, right? It's in my genes, but that's just not the case. What's in your genes is the food that you learned to eat. It's how you learned to manage your stress. It's how you learned to sleep or not sleep. It's how you learned to move your body. It's how you learned to communicate and be in relationship with others. Those are the factors that have the biggest impact on your genes. So you get to decide whether you get diagnosed with something or not, right? So that's why it's really important for you to better understand how to balance your hormones naturally, because you can feel better now than you ever have, no matter what your age. And I'm so excited to share Chelsea with you today so she can share a little bit about her story and how she pulled herself really from the bottom up, how she pulled herself out of hormone hell. So welcome, Chelsea. It's so great to have you here with us today.
Hi, thank you. So great to be here.
Yeah, oh my goodness. And it looks like are you on a computer today or are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone. I just flipped it.
You're amazing. You're amazing. I'm always in awe with people who can do Zoom on their phone. Chelsea is also on our team now. She also helps us in a lot of ways. You might have seen her in the Natural Solutions for Hormone Balance Sisterhood group. She moderates that group, and um, yep, she's done the work. This woman knows her stuff and just so inspired by you on a regular basis. And um, you're really the shining example of what we can do, when or what can happen when we take care of ourselves in a way that serves us better. And so you joined Robin's Hormone Reset quite a while ago.
Mhm.
We're going on our number 11, ladies, number 11. Can't believe that we've done 10 of these already. We didn't celebrate our 10th anniversary. We just kind of worked really hard, but forgot to celebrate that it was number 10. But anyway, we'll celebrate that it's number 11. And we served over 15,000 women in the program. And Chelsea, how did you find the reset?
I actually just found it on a Facebook ad.
It's a Facebook ad.
What was the first reset that you ever did?
The very first one, which was May 2020. Wow. And look how
Mhm.
gorgeous she still is, right? This is why, we don't diet. We don't over exercise, right? Which are all those things that we've been taught because it takes us out. So Chelsea actually followed the steps in the reset and yeah, just found herself. That's really the best way to say it is that you have always been this gorgeous. It just needed to come through again. Yeah. And you have 3 kids. Is that
I
right?
have I have two.
Two kids. Okay,
Yep.
I'm giving you more children than you have. 2 kids, yeah. And so when you said yes to the reset, kind of tell us. I have a list so I can help jog your memory because sometimes it's hard to remember all the weird stuff that was going on. But it was in the post for today, for today's interview. And so I was making up that were kind of at your wit's end. But can you tell us a little bit about what you were feeling when you saw that advertisement and kind of what you were thinking?
Yeah, so I found the ad. My youngest son was 3 years old, so I was like 3 years, past my pregnancy. I was 65 pounds overweight. I was actually weighed more than I did when I gave birth to him 3 years prior, and so just lots of symptoms going on. My hair would fall out daily. I'd take a shower and wash it, and I just have clumps every single day. Or when I'd blow dry it and brush it, I'm just like, how much hair can one person lose? Like I'm going to be bald. It's very concerning.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
moved
that's a
to,
big deal. I just want to pause there for a minute because it happened for you when you were younger. But it's
mhm,
a very common thing for women who are in perimenopause or postmenopause for their hair to start falling out. And it's really concerning for women, right? Because we love our hair and it's kind of our identity. So it's really, and all these symptoms that Chelsea is sharing, they're all a big deal.
mhm,
I don't know, you have probably, 25 symptoms here. Each one of them is a huge deal and hard to live with all by itself. So I just
mhm,
want to say that. And I want each one of you listening today to really acknowledge yourself for all that you've been through. You know, um, I'm just kind of getting goosebumps thinking about this, but we've been through a lot. Each one of us has been through a lot. And I want you to acknowledge yourself for that for just a minute and just to sit with that. Because the MO, right, for really living life is just to push through. Like that's what we women do. We're just gonna, I know I feel like crap, but I just got all these things to do and I'm just gonna push through. I hear that all the time. Like I can live with that. People say that. I can live with that. I know I did it myself. I mean, I pushed through for years till I hit rock bottom. So that's kind of how we roll is that we say, I'm just going to push through. So your hair was falling out. You were 65 pounds overweight. What else were you noticing?
I had very heavy and painful menstrual cycle. every month. It was just the worst, PMS, just very heavy. And I had mood swings. I had very intense cravings. I was a very big emotional eater. Um, let's see, I was very bloated. Like I said, I looked pregnant when I was not. Um,
You were tired?
I was very, very tired, exhausted. I struggled with a lot of anxiety and depression. I was just very at the lowest of lows, and I tried intermittent fasting. My hair just fell out even worse. I was miserable. I was always hungry. I'm just like, this is no fun.
Mhm.
I tried, many, all the diets, and I tried, I spent hundreds of, probably thousands of dollars just throwing supplements at myself, just trying to figure out. I had no idea what to do, and I thought to myself, I'm like, I think, my hormones are probably out of balance, but I had no idea like where to even begin with that. Like, what do you even do about that?
Mhm.
Because if you go to a doctor, then they're just going to put you on some sort of medication. So I just had no idea what to do. And so I was just throwing a bunch of stuff at myself, hoping something would stick, and nothing did. And every time I was like, oh, I'm going to try to lose weight, because that was one of my major, I was like ashamed to go in public because I was just so inflamed and heavy and just miserable. And so yeah.
Yeah, so with all those things comes that, the shame and embarrassment. And I think guilt is one of the biggest ones because we feel like we should know better, or we should be doing better, or it's our fault. Like we have all these weird things that we make up, and in reality, our heads attached to this body that just is taken on its own, direction.
Mhm.
And when we can, one thing that we learn in the reset is to look at ourselves as the objective scientist, right? Because our body is just a chemistry lab. So, when you look at it that way, you can take away the blame, the shame, the guilt, because it's not your fault.
Mhm.
It's where you've ended up, but it's not your fault. You just need to take responsibility for learning the how, right? We just need to know the what, and then the how will come. You knew the what. You're like, I am going to get myself out of this mess. I'm going to figure out how to feel a lot better. And so you kept looking. So you kept
Mhm.
looking until you did. I'm just looking at the notes here. I think that you also had like acne breakouts before your period. Is
Oh,
that happened?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see really big, like cystic acne, very painful, and like right before my period, there's just breakout everywhere, and I was just a complete mess, and
Yeah.
in the areas in my life, just yeah, acne. I think that's
And yeah, and let me just see. Oh, let's see. I passed all this. Oh, you also had hirsutism, brain fog, skin tag,
mm-hmm.
no motivation. Yeah, those are big things. So hirsutism is where you grow that dark, coarse, terminal hair growth, like male pattern hair growth on your chin, your cheeks, your nipples, your stomach, all weird places.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Brain fog, many of us know what that feels like. It's terrible, like moving through molasses, right? The mood swings, the skin tags, right? Skin
Mm-hmm.
tags, yeah, those kind of velvety moles that kind of can
Mm-hmm.
get kind of big. Yeah, so you had a lot of stuff going on.
A
And
lot.
it's really where your metabolism is dysfunctional. So that's where I kind of say your metabolism is broken and it just needs to be fixed, right? So as the objective scientist, we're just saying, okay, what needs to happen to fix your metabolism? I just want to acknowledge some of the ladies who are here today with us on Zoom. Alethea, I hope I said that right. Cecilia, Chloe, Hope, Joy, Julia, Millie, Wendy, welcome. It's so great to have you here. And if I were really like technology adept, I would be able to see you on Facebook as well. Let me just see if I can see anyone on Facebook. I don't see that. I don't think anyone has commented yet on Facebook, but I'll just give you a big welcome, just in case you're joining us on Facebook. Um, so for those of you listening in, Chelsea has shared a lot of her symptoms that she was dealing with. I shared some of mine. What are some of your symptoms that you're dealing with right now? What are some of your symptoms? Just list like your biggest one or list your top three. I know that, Chelsea gave us about, 20. So, and I think I gave you, I don't know, 10. And remember, it's not, yeah, we're not taking responsibility or we're not taking blame, shame, guilt. We're not doing that anymore. We are looking at ourselves as the objective scientist. And from this day forward, we're going to figure it out. We just need to know the what we want, right? We want to feel great. Yeah. So weight gain, shocking weight gain and retention, acne, skin, discoloration, anxiety. Yeah. Okay. And so Chelsea, when you saw the ad for the reset, what made you say yes?
Well, I saw it and I was like, well, I've tried all these things. I did try like a little it's like a different person hormone thing. I think it was like a 4-day thing, and it just was not it didn't help me. So I was like, I've tried everything, and what's $27? Might as well, you know, try it out and see it. Because like, what have I got to lose? It's $27. And so I yeah, and it's like you found me because I didn't go looking for you. I never heard of you before. And
Yeah.
I always think of the quote, it's like when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so it's like that's what happened. It's just a Facebook ad, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll try it out and see. I wasn't really hopeful, I was just kind of like, well, we'll see. And so I joined it, and I wasn't really like, I worked at home at the time, and I was just kind of like, and I'm listening in, and then it was like a few days into it before I started really like participating a little bit and started implementing these practices, and it just I saw results very quickly, and it really motivated me to keep going. And so yeah.
Yeah, the rest is history. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, gorgeous she is. So I think that that's probably the big difference between this program and any other program is that it's really based on how to take care of yourself based on hormone balance,
Mhm.
right? That we don't think about. Like it's not, and a lot of the diets like keto, intermittent fasting, things like that, aside from, calorie restriction, we have a lot of data on men with these, but we don't have a lot of data on women. All the studies are done on men. So it can, take out your metabolism even more when we start doing these very restrictive diets. So the beautiful thing about the work that I teach is that we don't do any diets. You probably will eat more than you ever have, right? We're trying to give your body the resources it needs to function properly, to be balanced. And what you'll find in the reset, we actually do a hormone assessment every day out of the reset is 9 days. It's just a week, but we do Q&A on the weekends. But out of the 7 weekdays, we do out of the 6, we do a hormone assessment. So you get to see the symptoms that are associated with each of the 6 hormones. So we're looking at cortisol, insulin, progesterone, testosterone, estrogen, and the thyroid hormones. So we're looking at 6 different hormones over 7 days. The last day is our live stream. It's a party. And we have a lot of guest speakers, and it's for 3 hours instead of an hour and a half. And so Chelsea, what Chelsea did that you have to do in order to see the results she saw is that she actually showed up. So it took her a few days to get into it. And at that time, it was a 15-day program.
Mhm.
But we were also sheltering in place. So we didn't have anywhere to go. So she was working and listening, and I don't know, something must have said to you, I need to pay attention. So at what point were you like, this is starting to make sense? Or because I don't remember ever talking to you about this. Like what got you going?
Well, it was just I was listening to you, and like I was just like, wow, and I just kept having these, aha moments, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I started implementing these practices that you teach. And I mean, it was within the first week, and my numbers were going down. The scale actually started moving down. I'm sure it was a lot of bloating going away, in the first few days, but I was like, oh my goodness, like the scale hasn't budged in years. And if it did, it went up, not down. And so that really gave me the motivation to just like keep going and keep going. And so with each new practice, I just added it in slowly but surely, and it just it's like I'm not going to stop doing this. This lady knows her stuff, and it's working. It's the first thing that has ever worked for me. And keep in mind, I was in my late 20s and early. I was like 30 when I found you, but I had been struggling with all these things in my late 20s, and so yeah, it was just a mess. But
What a blessing that you found it at such a young age,
oh
really.
yeah, for sure.
Such a blessing. You had a few years of struggle. I think I had like 30 years of struggle. So way to go. Like, and so there are a couple of things that Chelsea did that have gotten her where she is now. So I just want to talk about that for a minute. Um, so she started implementing the things I was sharing, and everything healed, right? So her hair
Mhm.
started growing back. She released a lot of weight. I don't know like how much, and the weight loss you start noticing right away, like she said. Here's the deal. When we lose water weight, we're losing inflammation. Like that is a big deal because we know that inflammation is at the root of pretty much every disease. So
Mhm.
we just, I don't know why we do this as women. We just like minimize everything. Oh, it's just water weight. But water weight is inflammation.
Mhm.
So like that is amazing, right? So you released how much weight?
Over 50 pounds. I think it's like 55, 60. And I've maintained that weight loss for almost 4 years now. And so it's released and gone.
Isn't that amazing?
And,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's so sustainable, right? Like everything that you learn is so sustainable. It's so doable. It's so
Mhm.
doable. It's just when life gets in the way that, we put ourselves last and, then we find ourselves in the muck again. So everything that you shared that was happening reversed, right? So the
Right.
anxiety, the depression went away. Tell us about your
Mhm.
menstrual cycles.
My menstrual cycles are regular now, and they're not heavy. Like they were so heavy that I've just, it was just horrible. And now they're regular, normal amounts, pretty painless, which is surprising. Um, and I also, you mentioned inflammation. I mean, I was so inflamed, and I also had some things that I didn't even relate to, hormones or anything, or didn't expect to go away. But I used to have really severe eczema on my hands, like they would crack and bleed, and
Oh,
it looked like I was wearing like a red glove. It was horrible. And then my dry, cracked heels went away, like all these things that I start noticing that I didn't even expect to notice, went away also. And so it's pretty amazing.
that is
Um,
incredible. I had dry elbows.
mhm,
And I just remember even as a teenager, I would try every lotion. I was thinking it was
mhm,
a lotion problem,
mhm,
and I'm like, how do I get my elbows to be soft? It was the
mhm,
weirdest thing. And then once I started implementing all these things that I teach, my elbows got soft. And I was like,
mhm.
oh, wow, like it's a side benefit of getting healthy. So Chelsea had all these symptoms going on. And what's really easy for us to do is to say, how do I fix my horrible periods? Like, how do I fix the heavy bleeding? How do I fix the cramping? How do I fix the acne that comes with it, right? We focus on that one problem. But that one problem happens to be an entire metabolism issue. It's not just that problem. As you can see, there were a lot of other health symptoms that were coming up with that.
Mhm.
So you want to look at your body as a whole and not say, how do I fix anxiety? How do I fix depression? How do I fix, acne? How do I fix my hair falling out? The way you fix it is you start to put resources back into your body. You start to find and figure out the root causes of what are causing those things to happen and fix them. And Chelsea, I don't even have the eczema or the cracked heels on your list of health issues. Um, because that was probably down at the bottom of like what you needed to fix or what was, of course, hair falling out is like at the top of the list.
Mhm.
So those are the things that, that heal. Like my receding gums completely healed. The enamel on my teeth that was eroding away grew back. And those were side benefits of getting my metabolism healthier. I never focused on that. But all of a sudden, I could eat hot and cold foods. And I didn't have to use special toothpaste anymore. Like, it's amazing, right? And the arthritic symptoms in my hands went away. So I want you to start thinking about healing in a different way and not make it symptom specific, but make it getting you healthier, right? Getting you and your body healthier. Julie said brain fog, Wendy, weight gain, dry hair. So I have a question for you, Wendy. Is your hair colored? Because dry hair can mean a couple of things. If your hair is colored, that's a real reason why it could be dry. Hot flashes, unrestful sleep, yeah, and hair thinning, yeah, yeah, that's a big deal. So yeah, what would your advice be? Well, let me back up for just a moment. So, the 60 pounds or so, Chelsea just kept doing everything that I suggested. And I don't know, how long did it take you to lose the 65 pounds?
Oh man, I would say, I mean, within 3 months, I had probably lost 40 or 50. I think it was
Oh
pretty,
my
pretty fast.
gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was
I wasn't
insane.
expecting it to be that fast. I thought it was maybe a year, but that's incredible. So don't expect that fast, but you just, I don't know, your body is younger. And so you just bounced back really fast.
Yeah.
If you're post-menopause, it's going to take a little bit longer. Just know that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
I'm just gonna keep doing this day after day and day after
Yeah.
day. And if I wanted to quit, or I wasn't really like, oh, I just want to quit this because, like you said, it's a sustainable lifestyle. I mean, it's my lifestyle now. I don't, it's not like not a second thought. It's just what I do, and
Yeah.
it's how I live. And I think that the tools that you give in your program are just, I mean, they helped me dig myself out of that rock bottom, like out of that deep dark hole that I was in. You gave me the tools to dig myself out. And so you put the work in, you give us the tools. And when you put the tools to work, it works. It's amazing.
Yes. Do you remember what my little saying is? You have to show up and
Oh,
take action. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
putting you on the spot. You have to
Yeah.
show up and take action every day, because many of us are information gatherers.
Mhm.
And that's fine. You can gather information all day long, but then what happens is there's something called the knowing doing gap. And unless you actually do it, you won't see any results. So the reset is not for those who just want to gather more information. It's for those who actually want to see powerful results. And we do ask you to show up every day. We ask you to take action on something you learn. And if you can't show up for the lives, you can watch the replay later, but it has to go in your calendar. And that's something that if you join the VIP, you're going to learn why. So we have a VIP experience. I encourage every single one of you to join the VIP experience upgrade so you can get even more personalized support from me. So get it in your calendar because that means it's actually going to happen. So Chelsea actually implemented what I shared. So you have to put those things into action. And like I say, I don't think they're hard things. Are they hard things?
No, I don't think they're hard at all. I mean, the way you lay it out, it's just like somebody giving you a step-by-step guide to being healthy and balancing your hormones, and you follow the steps, and the steps work, but you just have to follow them.
Yeah. And you get to eat a lot, which is so
Oh, yeah.
wonderful. Like I give you permission to eat.
Yeah. No more starving yourself or feeling miserable. Because I remember the fasting, I'm like, I can't eat and I was just like focused. Like since I couldn't eat or I was like restricting myself, then you're really focused on, oh man, I can't have that. I can't have that. And this you can focus on, oh, I can have these things. And you focus on what you can have. And it's amazing. You actually get to be nourished and feel full and eat 3 meals a day.
Yeah, and make them delicious.
Oh,
Make the
yeah.
meals delicious.
Mhm.
I made myself the most delicious dinner the other night. I slow cooked a brisket with this great rub on it. Then I made this amazing soup with these just kind of what I had in my fridge with some chard and some carrots and celery, and I made a base of with cashews and a little bone broth and some water and onion powder and ginger. Oh my God, so good. And it's things like that. When we just, know how to nourish our bodies, it's a game changer. And just knowing
Mhm.
that we can influence 95% of our genes. And it's mostly by how you eat. Isn't that crazy? Because most of the genes in your body are from your microbiome, from the bacteria that live in your gut. And those are strictly influenced by food. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, so when he says yes, her hair gets brittle, more brittle as you get older. Okay, great. So that is, so you'll see on the hormone assessments which hormone that is, and you'll also learn the hormones that are most important to pay attention to, and you're going to be quite surprised. Were you surprised when you learned the hormones that we were supposed to pay attention to?
Yes. I had no idea how any of it worked, and the way you teach and you go into detail about how each one works and how they influence each other, and it's just amazing. And I think that the reset is just by itself. So I mean, there's so much valuable information in there that I think every woman needs to know. Everyone. And like you said, you wish you'd know these things a lot sooner, but I mean, it's just so valuable and so full of so much knowledge and wisdom, and it's really amazing.
Yeah, they're foundational practices that we all need to know. And it's the same with a lot of things, right? We're not taught anything practical in school, like how to balance our checkbook or, how to change a diaper on a baby or how to even be in relationship or what to eat even, right? We're not taught any of those things. And so we just don't know, and it's not our fault that we don't know. We just didn't even know that we needed to know something different. So now is the time, if you're experiencing um, any symptoms. I think, the worst part of having that woman brain is that, we're really driven to take care of others and keep pushing through, even though we don't feel great. Only that doesn't serve anyone really. And so it's time now, right? This is your year to take care of you. This is your year to take care of you. And then when you do that, you won't believe how your relationships improve, how you have so much more energy to give to things, how you feel like you're actually a contributor to society instead of, just slogging through every day. We've had women who couldn't get off the couch for years, and they did this program and they became, a part of their family again. Like it's unbelievable. And it's not anything, I don't know. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. I just think it's taking everything or a lot of things that you already know and sharing some of the science behind it and giving it to you in a structure that is so much easier for you to understand and follow. So many of the women who've joined the program said, "Oh, I already knew a lot of this, but I just never really did it." Or, I didn't know I was supposed to do it like that. Or, like, because we all want to know, but the implementation part, we're just not sure if it, like for you, Chelsea, you were talking about how you had done a lot of things, but you just weren't sure, and that unsureness in your body is not going to give you the results you want to get. So when you're like, oh, I know I'm supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do it because of this is how it's going to help me. Now that energy is in your body and you're like, yes, I'm going to heal. Like you can just bring it home to your body, but when you're just always guessing, then, there's not that knowing that's going to help you heal. I'm getting out of my league a little bit here with the energy part, but you can just feel it in your body. You're like, yes, I can tell that's going to help me. And then you're able to follow it a lot better because you stuck to it for, yeah, like 3.5 years. So that's pretty incredible. And it's not hard to stick to because like Chelsea said, it just becomes your lifestyle, right? Just a few little shifts. And every day is a big day because we go over a big topic every day that has a huge impact on your hormones. So anyway, I'm going to look up the link to share with everybody to sign up. And while I'm doing that, I would love if you're listening on Facebook or here with us on Zoom, if you could share with us one health goal. Like, what is one health goal that you have? Sometimes it's hard to think of a health goal, when you're kind of mired in the muck, but what's one goal that you have for yourself for this year? What's a health goal that you would like to achieve? You could just post that in the chat or in the comments. That would be great. And I'm going to see if I can find our reset bit.ly link. And let's see. Yes, I have it right here. I'll put the bit.ly link in the me see if I can send it to everyone. Yeah. So here's the link to the reset. You can learn more about it here. The price is going to go up. So that's how we encourage you to sign up now, because we're really good at putting things off. In fact, we are experts at putting ourselves last. So we're going to increase the price to encourage you to say yes to yourself right now. And Chelsea, as you noticed, she said yes to herself to sign up for the reset. And then she said yes to herself to start implementing things. And she kept saying yes to herself and yes to herself and yes to herself. And here's what happens, ladies. When you say yes to yourself, your genes automatically start to express themselves for the better. Isn't that crazy? Because you're taking care of yourself, you know? So Chelsea, give us some last words.
I just encourage you to sign up. I think that 27, I mean, it's worth every penny and more, $27. And you are worth it. And yeah, just say yes to yourself. It's like a jump. It was a jumping off point of my healing in very many ways. And it's just, if you want to heal, you're ready to heal, you're at rock bottom. I mean, you've tried everything, and it's just it's incredible. It works, and I don't think that you'll regret it at all. And there is an amazing community also in our group. It's just so amazing. Many thousands of women loving on each other, and it's just so inspiring and just amazing. And you're worth it.
Yeah. Thank you for mentioning our community. Our community is epic. Oh, it's just, you couldn't be more loved. It's so beautiful. Yeah. There was something that was coming up for me as you were talking. Oh, what I want to share is that this program is really priceless. And I say that because you can see the life-changing impact it's had for Chelsea and for thousands of other women. And, it is thousands of dollars to work with me privately, and it's worth every penny, but not everybody can afford that. And so this program is literally for every woman, so that you can learn the basics of how to take care of yourself and feel so much better. Because when we women feel better, that spreads to our families, to our communities, and to the world. And the world changes in a really positive way. So I hope to see you in the reset. And I just wanted to see, I don't see any goals posted here. And maybe that's a hard ask. Maybe it's a hard ask for you to post your goals right now. But I just wanted to put it out there in case you had any goals. And oh, thanks so much, Lisa, for giving a shout out for the program. She said you'll love this program. So much valuable information and such a supportive community. Oh yeah, she said, once you join, you're always a member and can log in to keep learning. Oh, I just so appreciate you so much. And we have a lot of new information this time, which I'm really excited to share. So yeah, we want to stay up with the latest and greatest. So you're always going to get some new information. And Gemma says, my health goals are to think clearly and clear brain fog. Yes, and so it is. So good. All right. Well, Chelsea, we are just so grateful for you. I just can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming on and sharing.
And I'm so grateful for you forever. Like, the program changed my life, and I will continue telling all the women about it because I am forever grateful for it.
And we're so grateful for your support in our communities too. So you will see this beautiful woman in the reset, loving up on you, and she knows her stuff, and she's walked her talk, this woman. So when you see her, give her lots of love, because she's spreading it. All right. Give a kiss to everybody. Mwah. So great to see you ladies here, and we hope to see you in the reset. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.